The one thing that we see, and we would say that we can envision for you to envision for yourself, is center into that place where you feel the tightness. Literally go there with your mind, with your body, heart, with your mind, heart, with your soul self, with your higher aspects, with all of your concentration. Pull yourself into that space. And maybe you know what it is about, or maybe you don't really know what it is about, but you may ask, what is this? Why is this here? And then just listen. Talk to that part, but listen deeply. And whatever comes, especially what comes in first, trust that. And then settle in with that. It is like going through the different layers and softening into them so that the ones that you are in begin to melt and drop you in further, in melt and drop in further, and melt and drop in further. And then when you are in a place within this space where it is uncomfortable, where you can know, where you do know there is tightness, and maybe you do know, feel, sense, and can believe or trust in what you have gotten about what this particular tightness, wall, tension, pain is, you can ask yourself if you are ready to release it. Then just listen again and just wait. This is a bit of a process, and this is more importantly following through and staying with the feelings, maybe the thoughts that become uncomfortable, things maybe you don't want to fully see and or admit. Stay with them. Just stay with them. You don't have to analyze them. You don't have to think about getting it out. You just have to ask and stay with. Stay with it, and listen. And as you do the staying with and the listening and being with the energy, you may begin to notice a softening. And that is what we were talking about the softening of your heart. It becomes that tightness, that pain in and of itself is not known to you by thought alone. It is known to you by an energy that you hold. And so you want to stay with it and feel it and let it be seen and felt by you and your attention. And you may begin to notice that it softens. And then you may get epiphanies, you may get information, you may get thoughts, you may get words, you may get understandings, you may get pictures, all of this way that you have as an operating system. And then just stay there with it a little longer. And in this little longerness, you soften and allow yourself to be willing to release gently as you soften. It's like a twofold action, softening and releasing. Then, the thing that this place inside of you needs, we don't mean thing, that's just languaging. The place inside of you that wants this to be recognized is called forth by your love. You loving you. Even the darkness. Even this place where there has been some tightness. The resistance. Allow yourself to love the darkness, the tightness, the pain. Love it. And you will feel the dissolving faster than ever. That's the first part we would say. So we hope that laid out how we would say it is an interior experience. You walk yourself through with all of that. And then we also say this, how to dissolve walls very much is done by way of what has been already said by many. One who our beloved channel and you many have heard and seen and speak and have a relationship with too. the one known as the Divine Mother Mary, the divine force of the Mother and her face as Mary, comes forth in such the compassionate, loving way to remind you all of forgiveness. And the forgiveness way with yourself can open the door of self-love in such a true way. But this is not from the mental body. This is from that heart space where first you have come to understand the vibrations, the softness, the tightness, the places that you go in and melt away and soften more and get to know and feel the darkness, the tightness of the places of unforgiveness in yourself, at yourself and at others, at the world, at all that is. When you bring forgiveness to yourself, yes, in a mental way, but then yes, in a true heart way, treasuring your precious, precious heart, you soften into a true place of forgiveness. So we would say it is like forgiving yourself, really working with forgiveness on all levels, all people, all experiences. Forgive. This will bring you to a stage of necessary self-forgiveness. Forgive this precious heart. Forgive its missteps, its blindness, its fearness, its ways of cutting off and blocking for protection and survival. Forgive this precious heart, your dear, dear heart. And as you do this, this begins truly to open floodgates that sends a vibrational energy. It's literally like liquid light filling you up. And this, dear one, is a consciousness connection to self-love. Love yourself as you are. See your own preciousness. See your own preciousness. Your life force as a blessing. Your love force as a blessing. And all things that you have lived and experienced and gone through as a blessing. Because in this kind of way, you are essentially creating a beautiful soup or a stew of love for your own self. And this kind of self-love that we are teaching and talking about this day is the kind of love that then will naturally spill out to others. It is not a forced idea. Oh, let me give some love here. Let me go and give some love there. It will be a natural, real response offered through and as you, because it has become you, because you have reclaimed your own self and your own self-love. If you can imagine the world doing a process we have just said, all of the men who are fighting wars, some of them who believe their causes to be so true, to harm a brother, a sister on the earth. If all of those people could come to this kind of process, the light quotient upon the planet, the vibration of forgiveness and love, self-love and understanding and love for your brother and your sister would vibrate a radical change immediately. Energies would just shift. Light would permeate. Consciousness would expand and wake up and connect, and the grids would vibrate at a new velocity. So it begins within, dearest ones. This way, we say, is a process. Softening your own walls by these processes, this conversation that we have offered. Listen again and again and again to this piece right here. Hear it, practice it, attend to your own precious heart. Forgive yourself. And truly, dearest ones, fall in love with yourself. Really, not from the egoic stance of I am the aggrandizement of all the things I think of myself. No, we do not mean it like that. We mean it from the most simple and pure way. The purity, the authentic, gentle, true, pure love that you are. Because you are love. You are light. This is the truth. When those sticking points and a bit of the pain in the back heart, you say, dear one, is there, gently tend to it. Love it and watch it change. When you see a little child throwing a fit because they cannot get what they want, however that looks, whatever the thing is that they want, it could be a toy, it could be sugar, Most often, if that child is picked up and just loved and looked into the eyes and loved and cared for and touched into their heart, sure, it may take a few moments, but there is a softening. Everything met by love is transformed. Everything met by love is transformed. Everything met with and by love is transformed. This is truth. We hope that helps.